The winner of the bike build-off was...
This is me, and this is my best friend Craig, and we are competing in a biker build-off with one of the most famous bike builders in the world. Yeah, this guy. And as if this challenge was not already basically impossible, considering I have no bike building skills, I have decided to make things even harder on myself and build a bike mostly out of trash and a few things on Amazon. Now, you might not believe this, but I'm about to win. And I'll explain a little more about it in a little bit, but this is all part of a diabolical plan that I've been scheming up for the past 7 years.
No way!
What's up, Craig?
How was your trip?
It was good.
Oh my word, it's amazing.
There she is. You like that?
I do. What is this?
That's his bionic eye.
What?
Everything needs a bionic eye. Don't touch the bike if you don't want to get dirty.
All I knew is you bought a burnt Triumph.
Yeah.
And I purposely didn't want to watch.
Check this out.
Oh, that's wild. What is that?
Anti-tank round.
50. Oh yeah. How did you do that?
I cut the end of the thing off and glued it onto the...
Oh wow.
All right, hold on a second.
This is mine.
You made a Road Glide?
I did.
This is incredible. Oh, this seat feels amazing.
I didn't sew my seat.
Dude, I love this.
That came out really
That
good,
looks
right?
so good.
What were those boat tail AMF Harleys? They were white, and then they had that weird back end fender on, but this was the logo, so this is the play on the AMF. That would have been on the side.
I really like that. The frame was already painted black, right?
Yeah, the frame was already black. So Porsche, with the motor and stuff,
Right.
so this is like a Porsche white.
Is it?
It's our take of a Porsche white. How about we say that?
Well, that is
White's
not a
like
Porsche white.
$1,000 a quart, so.
Oh, okay, I got you. That is cool.
I put 6-piston radial brakes on the front. Since I was charged with American, I tried to do as much U.S. stuff as possible.
Yeah, it looks good.
Thank you.
That's really sharp. Somehow you managed to make
managed
the
to make
V-Rod
it, right?
a reasonably looking good bike. Okay, hold on a second. I got a confession to make, Craig. I've probably only put about a quarter mile on my bike since it was built, and I might have a little bit of work I still have to do to it.
I finished mine in the parking lot yesterday.
How much have you ridden yours?
I got about a mile and a half on mine.
Oh, so we're good on that one. Well, we got a deadline, Craig. We have, 200 miles to go?
Yeah, we got a couple hour ride, and we're going to take the long way out.
We have an all-day ride, probably about 200 miles, and we have to go to Clearwater, where we're going to meet with Paul and win this competition.
I think we got a pretty good chance between these two bikes.
Let's suit up and roll out.
Yeah, let's do it.
Now before we go, it's got one thing I've been waiting years to open up this special edition collectible Pez can. I'm riding with Paul today. Come on, little Paul. This trip is starting out exactly like I thought it would. It's gonna be a fun day. It might take all week, but we're gonna have a lot of fun. It's good to see Craig again. So Craig and I started on our journey in Jennings, Florida, and we'll be traveling 200 miles to Clearwater to prove that our bikes aren't just for show. Then we'll be meeting up with Paul Sr. for the build-off and find out once and for all who built the best bike. And within about 12 seconds into the trip, Craig needed to fill up.
It's not easy to put gas in my bike because the seat doesn't flip up all the way because of the saddlebag.
Oh, nice. You gotta pull the saddlebag off.
Why didn't it stop? Well, I got gas literally everywhere.
You're filled.
Yeah, it's full. I feel like now I'm gonna just be sitting on a bomb. There we go.
Me participating in a bike build-off with the legendary bike builder, Paul Sr., which I'm clearly not qualified to do, was not luck, accident, or happenstance, but a calculated years-long plan that I've had for over 7 years. And it all started when I was watching a rerun of OCC. Dale Carnegie said, the best way to get someone to do something is to make them want to do it. My dad kind of added to that, and he said, even better, make them think it was their idea. So first I had to get the attention of Paul Sr. or someone on his team. So I did what any logical person would do, and I bought one of his custom choppers. Specifically, it was the cheapest one that I could possibly find that was also on the TV show. case you're wondering how we're getting such great footage on 2 lanes, it's because our friend Brock decided to join us and be the camera bike. And all we did was put a handful of new Insta360 Ace Pro 2s on his bike, and you can see the quality for yourself. It looks amazing. And then we were off on our journey to beat Paul Sr. at the biker build-off. It felt really good riding again with the wind in my beard and the sun on my neck. It also felt really good to be riding with Craig again. It felt just like old times. And as amazing as this was, about 4 minutes later, we had our first problem. It's only coming out of 1 cylinder?
Yeah, you got oil seeping over here somewhere.
We're 25 miles into our trip. We're really killing it.
Hey, that's not bad. Is it just coming out of here?
No, this is oil. That's fuel.
Yeah, no, but is oil just coming out of there? Is there not a gasket on there?
There is a gasket.
Yeah, we need to tighten those bolts up. Which cylinder was?
The right side's not firing because when you were revving it, it was puffing like raw fuel smell in my face. Yeah, we didn't even mess with these carbs, Craig, because these came off of a running bike.
You know, it's bound to happen. My bike may be leaking a little bit of oil, maybe leaking fuel, and at one point running on only 1 cylinder.
My bike's leaking and oozing awesomeness.
It never had awesomeness.
As awesome as a V-Rod could get.
All right. You have a 8mm?
Do I have an 8mm? Of course I got an 8mm.
Oh, I knew it was an 8mm.
Carry it on, fair tooth.
That's on.
Go fuel off, turn your fuel off. Go wide open and crank. Clean it out, then turn your fuel on.
That's both cylinders. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm dumping a lot of, oh look, it's coming out of right there.
Oh yeah. We might have to stop and get a box of cereal, make a gasket.
Yeah, we might. I remember pulling that off, and I think I remember putting it back on saying, I'm gonna buy a new gasket for this. I don't remember actually buying a gasket and putting a gasket on. So that doesn't surprise me.
Stands to reason.
So Paul, I was thinking about it. I think we need to make this competition a little more interesting.
I'm listening.
If I win,
Yeah.
looks like you got some real estate on your arm right here.
Yeah, I got a little bit left
Right
over
there.
here.
You got to put a Bikes and Beards tattoo right there on your arm. I'll pay
I don't
for
even
it.
know what it looks like. So what'll happen if I win?
If you win, I will shave my beard into a Fu Manchu, just like you, and I'll wear it for at least a month.
A month?
A month.
You got to make it a little bit more than a month.
2 months.
2 months is the deal.
2 months, all right.
But more than likely, you'll probably keep it longer.
I might
than
just
that.
fall in love with it.
You might.
And people might start confusing me with with you.
You got to put the powder in there then, or dye it white.
I'll put the powder in there for 1 video.
Okay.
I'll have it gray for at least 1 video.
Yeah.
In honor of the king who wins the build-off. But that bike's,
Yes.
it's got to be a full color tattoo.
Yeah, I'm not afraid.
All right.
I'm not afraid.
All right.
Some of these tattoos, it took 9 hours.
Dang.
You got tattoos?
No,
No,
none.
you don't got any.
Nothing. I'm trying though. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Just gotta try a little bit harder. What's the latest one?
The latest one is, I think I had.
That looks fairly clean.
Yeah, this is. I think this whole thing here was done. I think that's the last tattoo I had. Yeah,
Well, you might be getting another one.
maybe.
All right.
That sounds fair.
All right. So we adjusted my carb. It's not leaking fuel out of it anymore. That's good. It is running on all cylinders, all 2 of them right now. However, we do have a pretty major oil leak. It'll eventually leak all the oil out and then ruin the engine. And there's no way I'm gonna make it the whole way back to where we gotta go. So let's keep on rolling.
Of course, Sean's gonna turn this 4-hour ride into an 8-hour ride.
4 years ago, when I bought the first Orange County chopper, a buddy of mine, Jason, gave me this Orange County chopper jacket to go with it, and I finally get to wear it. However, this jacket ends up being a bigger deal than what I originally thought. We put another 50 miles on the bikes, and mine was running pretty good, but not great, and then there was a problem, because Brock was waving me down, telling me to pull over. Not good. The Insta360's mic support meant that we got clear audio without extra equipment. It kept everything simple while still getting great dialogue and motorcycle sounds. What did you see? Why did you tell me to pull over?
You got something missing.
Oh, that ain't good. Oh, it just broke off. It broke off on this side.
Yeah, right here.
It was like this.
Yeah, like that. Well, we can fix that easy.
Oh yeah, just put a hole in there. Right, just ditch that and like this?
Yep. Brock had some tools in that saddlebag there.
Oh, yeah.
2 drills and no batteries. Yeah. Alrighty.
We brought a lot of tools. We didn't bring drill bits. Not sure why. I mean, I guess I know why. It needs the carb cleaned. But it's still maintaining oil. That's always good. The other idea, if one of these bolts would fit through there, but it doesn't.
Do you think if we did like zip tie, like it would just hang there?
I mean, for a little while. I mean, it was just hanging down there. It wasn't really hurting anything.
So if it just like hangs over this and this, to at least get us to a place not alongside the road. We need a washer. That would help. We should have a scorecard, like a road trip bingo card. Like pieces fall off, check. Oil leak, check.
That's pretty good.
It's not too bad.
Good thing we are bike builders. That's a permanent fix now. It wasn't permanent before. We were just messing around, but that's a permanent fix right now. Let's keep on rolling. Come on, Craig.
I'm looking for snakes.
Find any?
Knowing that Paul Sr. took much pride in his work, as anyone should, I knew that I could not gain his attention with honey. So against all the fiber in my being, I had to use vinegar. So I made a few videos about this motorcycle, and I mistreated that motorcycle in many different ways. And then I waited to see if he would respond. All right, so with our roadside fix done, we were back on the road. But it wouldn't be a road trip without taking a short break to try and catch a glimpse of those beautiful, sexy manatees. But as majestic as they are, remember, manatees are the second most dangerous creature in Florida.
These manatees here have been attacking humans and eating sharks, killing alligators. They've been coming out of the water and eating people near the edge of the water.
You know, getting fights with sharks and alligators and dolphins and stuff like that.
Hey, y'all be careful. There's manatees over here. Stay in the boat. They will attack.
You missed it. There was 2 fighting over there.
I gotta be totally honest with you. I think they're the reason why I got into YouTube. I thought that Sean was a bike builder. You know, he was talking about me. And I said, well, let me see what this guy could build. And no, they're neither one of them are bike builders. This is what I've been doing for a long time. So, you know, it's kind of out of their wheelhouse, you know, because they don't do it. And they don't have the equipment that I have. It's kind of like, you know, okay, build a bike from scratch and you think that you can do it. And you start building the bike and then you realize, oh, I need a spacer for the wheel. Oh, I need a gear. I need the nut. They didn't leave the nut on the transmission. They don't have the throw rod. So if you don't have all that stuff, it'll take you a year to build a bike. I have a big advantage. Everything from doing it so long is ready available for me, and I know where to get it.
My Triumph has been riding rough for the past 100 miles, and it seems to be getting worse. But it does clear up at the higher RPMs. A good carb cleaning should fix this. It's also leaking more and more oil from the stator cover. So we stopped at a gas station so Craig could fill up his tiny V-Rod tank, while I ran to the auto parts store to buy all the things that I might need to repair my bike at the Airbnb. Because where better to fix your bike? And as long as nothing else breaks, this should be our last stop before we get to our destination. We fill up every time, but we're only filling up because Craig, he's got a pretty small tank. He's got a lot of power though. Bigger injectors. Cam, he's sucking, he's eating fuel all over the place. This is getting progressively worse. Whenever he's done putting gas in it, I'll make sure I still have oil in the dipstick. That's kind of the main, it can leak oil. I mean, bikes can leak oil. It's not a huge. All right, let me put some in there. This thing's tight. We might need a tool. We got a screw, you have a screwdriver?
I got a knife.
This is Brock's knife. I care even less about Brock's knife. Got it.
I always keep this knife for times like this.
The question is, can I pour it in there without even spilling a drop?
The wind, bro.
Yeah.
Nope, no, I didn't spill a drop. Cut it out, edit it out. So at least we know the engine's not gonna lock up because of lack of oil. Maybe because of the fire that the bike went through, but not oil. It's guaranteed to leak a little bit, but it'll be all right. The question is it really a motorcycle trip if your side's not covered in oil? Is your leg covered in oil?
No, it's not a real motorcycle.
Are you actually even doing any
Not a real motorcycle.
motorcycling? Is your leg covered in burns from your turbocharger?
It is warm.
The cool thing about this bike is you can't really hurt it. If you let his bike sit outside for 10 years, pretty looking road glide, it's gonna look worse. You've ruined the value. You let this bike sit out for 10 years, value increased. This bike is like my wife. It gets better the rougher it looks. No, that's not right. That's not right.
I don't know.
No. This wife is like my wife. It's covered in oil. No. This bike is like my wife. The longer it sits outside, the better it looks. No, that's not right. Something. I love my wife and family. One of the things I love most about these cameras is the quick release magnetic plate. No more turning that little thing with your hand or trying to find a screwdriver. It allows us to swap cameras and mounts in seconds, and it keeps everything locked and steady so we don't waste time adjusting gear. However, the precedence was established and over 10 million views got racked up, setting the stage for the pawn to get kinged. I don't know if that's actually how chess works. That might be checkers, I don't know. However, deep inside of me was an internal battle raging. I just hate what I become. I mean, I can't keep on saying slightly mild negative things about these motorcycles that I love, even though they are awful to ride, but I can't keep on doing this anymore.
Stick to the plan, young bike builder.
Also, I'm sure you've been noticing my hoodie. I wore it during most of the video. If you want to get one of these, we have them on the website, bikesandbeardsgear.com. Go check them out. We also, for the first 100 people who buy a hoodie, we have a special postcard of a special moment of this whole event that I'm really excited to share with you guys. And it's going to be signed by me. It made it.
I was getting a little worried about a quarter mile ago.
I don't know how it made it. It was running really bad at the end. It wasn't running unless it was at 4,000 RPMs. A lot of people said it wouldn't do it. They said, Sean, you're dumb. You're dumb for choosing a bike that was in a fire for a biker build-off. You're not even taking things seriously. Now who's not taking things seriously? That was the easy part. Now we gotta go beat Paul. A lot of smoke was coming out. We need to go to an auto parts store and get a pan. I gotta clean the carbs out, and then I gotta make a new gasket for that.
Sounds like you got some work to do, buddy. Oh, I'm so glad my days of that are over. Now it's your problem.
No, Craig's back.
See, I told you.
Let's go for lunch. Let's go eat while they screw around. Let's go find something to eat.
My tail light was just kind of hanging like this for about 40 miles. Still doing pretty well though. Little Paul did good. Actually, I realized this towards the end of the trip. If my oil gets too low, my light will tell me. Well, from my angle, little Paul blocks the oil light from whatever angle I'm looking at.
Well, then you'll just know because your bike will shut off.
Maybe little Paul would start. So we got to the house after a full day of riding. But if you think that the hard part was done, you would be wrong. Because my work was just getting started. I had to get my bike running for the big build-off in 2 days. So we went to the auto parts store again and got all the supplies that we thought we needed. Then we went back to the house to try and rebuild the carb and replace the leaking stator cover gasket. And I have to admit that wrenching on a motorcycle in the garage of an Airbnb with my best buddies in Florida was the most motorcycle thing that I did all day. And it felt great.
I remember when Sean only had 500,000 subscribers. And now at 2.5, he's got guys. Now we can just, well, I can.
Now Craig's got 500,000 subscribers.
Now I got 500,000 subscribers.
And you got there 1,000,000 times faster than I got there.
And Joe does all the work now.
Then when I had 500,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Someone else do all the work.
Someone else can do all the work.
I'm gonna be in that chair pretty soon.
So things were looking pretty bleak. Years went by and it seemed like things were going nowhere. Until one cold evening, the phone rings. And the person on the other line informed me that the legendary, very sought after Miss Geico bike was for sale. Now I was aware that this bike was one of few Orange County choppers to ever come out of OCC that had a blower on it. But what I would find out later was that this bike had haunted Paul Sr. for years. And I was just given the opportunity to buy the bike and the trailer that it came in for $10,000. And at this point, it looks like the plan is back on, so I made some videos with it. And those 2 videos racked up 12 million views, and that was just enough to grab the attention of Paul Sr. And then, this happened.
Call him out, get him out here, let's do something. And I'll shut his mouth for him. I don't think they have enough nerve to contact me. I just don't think it'll happen. But you know what? We'll put it on our social media and call these guys out, and let's see whether they're real or not. Let's see who the real deal is.
Now I know what you're thinking, Sean, you can't build a motorcycle. You're not a mechanic. You are so mechanically incompetent. You have to hire your own personal mechanic.
For this plan to work, you must play the part of the fool. You cannot let anyone know that your bike building skills and talent is unmatched.
But how can I hold back my God-given abilities when my talent is so strong and amazing?
You must hire a personal mechanic to do all the work for you and make it look like you need him.
Do I make this mechanic my friend?
No, you make him your best friend.
Like my best friend for real or just for the videos?
No, best friend for real. And then move to Tennessee and I will meet you there where we will finish the plan.
So first thought it was an air leak, so we resealed the intake runners. Then Joe pulled the carbs out to clean them. After taking them apart, it was clear that they really needed a good cleaning. And we found a jet that was very clogged. Then I started working on the oil leak by taking the cover off, scraping off the old gasket, and then putting a silicone gasket in its place. By the time we were done, it was too late to start the bike up, but it was the perfect end of the first day of a trip that I'm confident that me and Craig will never forget. We didn't know it yet, but things were about to get worse on the next day. All right, so here's what's going on. We spent pretty late working on this bike, getting the carbs all redone, getting the new gasket put on here, solved that problem. The carbs were really dirty and a lot of things were kind of out of place. We come back in today and we go to fire it up. It's clearly running on the right cylinder really well, and it's barely running on the left cylinder, if it's even running at all on the left cylinder. And we got to get it running. There's also something tonight that we're gonna do where we definitely need this thing running at full top potential. What's the plan now, Craig?
Finish my coffee.
Finish my coffee.
Yeah, so I think we're fuel or electrical, obviously. So it's either spark or fuel. I think next step is let's pull the plug, fire up the bike, have the plug sitting on the head and just watch the spark, see if it's dropping spark. That's, I think, our easiest next step.
Okay. So I got back to working on the bike to solve it's only running on one cylinder issue. And when I say I mean Craig. And you might be wondering why Craig would help me out because I'm his competition. Well, in the spirit of biker build-offs, when Billy Lane went against Indian Larry helped Billy get his bike running before the event because he was having problems. So this is a normal thing. This is how us motorcycle guys do it. And while Craig was working on that, I was working on the taillight. I also replaced the plugs and did a compression test to make sure that we didn't have an internal compression leak, which would have been an issue that we could not fix here. And although we expected a lot of things to go wrong, we did not expect this.
Oh no, I don't know how to fix this.
It's that one piece we need.
The rubber tip off the needle fell off. I thought it fell underneath the tray. What an awful, awful move.
You never should have bit that piece off, huh? How were you supposed to know? So what happened was, Craig was cleaning the carb and the little rubber needle part on the needle jet just fell off. It's kind of one of those things, like, you really can't roadside fix that.
No.
You kind of just need that piece.
Maybe with some super glue.
There goes all my hopes and dreams. I mean, Craig's whole existence Craig's here because of broken rubber.
It's true.
Also, here's Dan. Here's Dan, everyone's favorite Dan. Yeah. So sometimes when I'm working on bikes in the garage with my friends, I start thinking about my business. And a big part of the business and how I keep my YouTube channel running is through my website, bikesandbeardsgear.com, where I sell merch and gloves and the spray and all that stuff. But managing all these orders and the shipments can be pretty challenging. Now, if you're running an e-commerce business, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And that's why I wanted to tell you guys about ShipStation. This platform is a game changer if you're shipping stuff out. Now, ShipStation is an all-in-one order fulfillment system that integrates all over 180 e-commerce platforms, marketplaces, and carriers. Now, what I like most about it is how incredibly easy it is to automate your shipping tasks. Imagine printing all the labels all in just one click. They're also able to help users save thousands of dollars in shipping with industry-leading carrier discounts up to 88% off of UPS, DHL Express, and USPS rates. And the best thing about it is that everything is managed from one simple, intuitive dashboard. So whether you're a small business looking to streamline your shipping or growing a brand, trying to deliver an amazing customer experience, ShipStation has got you covered. In fact, over 130,000 companies have used ShipStation to grow their e-commerce business, and 98% of those companies stick around for the long term. So if you're ready to take your business to the next level, head to shipstation.com/beards and sign up for a free 60-day trial. That's shipstation.com/beards. Calm the chaos of order fulfillment with shipping software that delivers. Switch to ShipStation today. And if things couldn't get any better, I was reminded what day it was.
Holy crap, look at that. Look, Joe, come here.
What is that?
Look over there. A birthday!
But for real though, what guy are we talking about? Is he behind us?
He just blew the candles out without even blowing the candles out.
Did it
Magic.
really?
Blow the one out.
Yay!
Hey man, happy birthday. We're so excited that you are in our lives and we are all blessed for it. So we hope you have a really good day and yeah, have a good besties birthday party.
Awesome. I love carrots. This is my favorite birthday cake. It's amazing. Thank you, Brock.
That was all Ani mostly.
Yeah, seems like an Ani thing.
And for everybody else, we got
brownies and cupcakes.
Ani, I don't know if I told you, but we made you guys the house parents up there. Let's go eat some cake.
Heck yeah.
And I had the best time eating carrot cake, which is my favorite cake, along with pineapple upside down cake, of course. Hanging out with my friends and having a blast. That's a good cake. Yeah. This is a top-notch cake. But then, Brock had another surprise for me.
we also have a bonus surprise for you, and that is we currently have a part halfway here that fixes your bike.
And it's half the part.
That's all, yeah, well, the other half is broken out there, so you take the
Nice.
broken half and the, yeah.
What's happening?
Hey, not much. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Hi.
Everybody, this is Dave. This is Guy that saved the day.
Here. We're supposed to do that.
Dave's not here.
Hey, I got your stuff.
All right, let's see what we got. Hoping to save the whole day.
We got Bruno saying hi.
Oh, there's Bruno. Hi, Bruno. Hi, buddy.
These are the float needles you need.
All righty.
And extra key and stuff. I don't know if they're gonna fit what he has because
Alrighty.
they're different car races, but they're different jet kits.
All
You
right.
might just get lucky. Who knows?
Excellent.
All right.
Man, I sure appreciate you meeting us
No
out here
problem.
and saving the day for us,
Very
buddy.
good.
All right, Sean, I got the parts. I'm on my way. See you in a minute.
Through a series of perfect timing and helpful friends, we got the part that we needed. No way.
I come bearing parts.
Thank you, sir.
This is a big deal. It's a really big deal. That little small little envelope is what we really needed.
Nah, that's not it. Take it back. That's not the right way. So you just drove how many hours to bring this to us?
41 minutes to meet him, 2.5 hours to get here. There's more.
You saved the whole build. Whoa. Oh.
More stuff. All right.
Amazing. Get to work.
Well, as soon as I
Oh yeah, and by the way, earlier I found out that there was a drag race happening tonight just 20 minutes away. And what better way to end the day than by going head to head with Craig to see who built the fastest motorcycle. And finally put to bed who's got the fastest beard. Pro tip, if you have a little tiny piece of a fuel hose, you can cut it in half like this, cut both sides in half like this, okay? Throw them at your camera guy.
Oh, throw one at my camera guy.
I did.
Oh, nice.
Pro tip.
Did you say pro tip or pro tip?
Pro tip. Look what I found.
What did you find?
Look what I found. I found this guy just hiding in the between the frame and the swing arm.
Oh.
This goes somewhere. I don't know where, but I've seen this before.
When you're doing a TV show, there's a lot of restrictions, and you have no say in it. I think the people, once they get to know me, they know me as a totally different person, because TV was able to do that. If they want to make you look like a bad guy, they can make you look like a bad guy. And there's just no ifs, ands, or buts. You have to kind of conform with their system. By doing your own YouTube, it's kind of like you do your own thing. So, whereas if you're doing a show and you're building a bike and they say, well, you got to say this or you got to do that, it's like, I don't want to do that. You know, it's like I'm at the stage in my life where it actually relieves stress. I don't have nobody telling me what to do or how to do it. It's basically me and Jim. A lot of my fans jumped on board, and to be honest with you, there's a lot of great comments. People are really enjoying, going through the builds, building Sean's bike right now, and a lot of the comments say, you know what, we like the chilled pole better than the way that the show perceived me, and people are saying that they like the YouTube better than the show.
We finally got the bike put together, and hopefully it works right. We're hoping it runs on both cylinders.
There's no spark plug on this side.
Oh, there's no spark. That's why it's so obnoxiously loud.
Aluminum melted?
No, it's blowing because there's no spark plug.
Someone didn't put spark plug.
Sean, should I put new spark plugs in? Well, we have them, might as well.
I was sitting there and I'm like, it seems louder than it normally is. Remember, it's always best to start your threads with a spark plug with the highest power drill as fast as you possibly can. And commit. All right, we're ready now. Now it's gonna sound good.
Give us a little luck,
What you
buddy.
think, little Polly?
Give us a little luck, Senior. See that boot move? When it pops off, it grows.
Can we check the lead at the coil?
Yeah.
It's very intermittent.
It seems like a throttle issue.
That shocked you?
Yeah. We're losing spark up there.
So everything that was broken in the carburetor was actually fine. All those things can be like that. Even though my bike would not be running tonight, we decided to go anyway. And like always, I don't have a plan, but I'm gonna say that I do, because one is forming right now as we speak.
Are you ready to go to the drag strip? Let's ride.
Now this might come as a surprise to you, but I've never been on a drag strip with any of my vehicles, or any type of vehicle. However, I am pretty competitive. Now obviously, since this is an 8th mile drag strip, my Triumph Bonneville with knobby dirt bike tires would have easily won against Craig's 113 horsepower V-Rod. And for a few other reasons, I decided to leave it at the Airbnb. My goal for tonight is 3 parts. 1, try to win as many races as I can on whichever bike I'm riding. 2, try to beat Craig and Brock's time on their own bikes. And 3, set the fastest fastest time of all 3 bikes on a bike that no one is expecting. And if I can successfully accomplish this, this will be the greatest end to an amazing birthday. Now, if you guys don't remember, this is our friend Brock, and this is his turbocharged Road Glide. And we helped him get this thing turbocharged a couple videos ago.
I think that this bike wins because it's got a turbo, but I also think that it's the rider, not the bike on some of this. Because I think these bikes are gonna be pretty close. But I still think I'm gonna beat Craig's bike.
We'll see about that.
It'd be great if we could ride them and then switch and ride them.
Yeah, see if it's the rider or the bike.
Rider and bike.
You guys did awesome.
Oh my God.
How'd that feel?
That was so fun.
Was it spinning or was it doing anything that we saying?
I was gripping. I let off early because I wasn't sure where the finish line was. And then I was like, oh no, it's not here. And I kind of got back on it.
Like, that was, I want to do it like more.
I want to ride this. I'm gonna get my stuff.
Oh.
I want my shot with this. So in the start of my professional racing career, I'm on the Road Glide and I am a little nervous, but I'm trying to beat Brock on the Africa Twin. The Insta360's wide field of view made a huge difference at the track. We could capture multiple bikes in one shot and get a real sense of how fast we were going and make sure everything we needed stayed in frame. And I score a time of 8.5, which I have no idea if that's good or not. All I know is that I beat the Honda and that a faster time would be even better. Then I decided to go up against Craig on his modified V-Rod. Let's see who wins this one. And then on my best run yet, while riding Brock's bike, I race him on Craig's bike. Craig was having a hard time launching his bike. If you know anything about V-Rods, they don't make power until the higher RPMs, similar to a 600 Super Sport. You have to launch it close to redline, which if you're not used to doing that, it's very, very uncomfortable. So despite Craig's poor launch performance, he was still hitting higher top speeds than the other bikes and closing the distance at the end. But since I already beat Craig a few times, I needed to see if I can improve on the time for this Harley. Maybe I can get an 8.0. And just to clarify, this is the 8th mile, not the quarter mile. None of these bikes are that fast. Then, proving my point, Craig goes and gets on his bike, and even though I beat him by almost 1/4 of a second, he crushes my top speed by 4 miles per hour. Now, my goal is to beat Craig on his own bike. Last race I tried to shift without the clutch and the bike did not like that and I was stuck in 3rd gear for a bit, but I still got an 8.8. I failed beating Craig's time riding his bike compared to me riding his bike. However, I think I can beat everyone's time, including my own, riding this adventure bike, a Honda, because I'm confident this is the baddest bike here, even with knobby dirt bike tires. is gonna be the last run. I'm trying to hit 90 miles an hour, and I'm trying to get into 8.1. I think I can get faster than the other bike. Nice. Yes! 8.1, 89 point, yes! Congratulations, sir. You've got the fastest bike here.
I got the right pilot for the job, didn't I?
8.11.
0.11.
At 89 points. I think that was the fastest, hold on. I think that's the fastest 8th mile of all of us. 8.3. 10, yeah, that's the fastest. That's the fastest bike. I just congratulated him because he's got the fastest bike.
By far, that thing's so fast. Yeah. What'd you get on that?
8.11.
Well, that's what you got on that.
8.18.
Oh my gosh.
And look, but look at the top speed. I was 86 on his, or on yours, 86 on yours. What's that one?
89.16.
That one almost hit 90. Your bike's out of gas.
Imagine that.
I don't know how that happened, but it is.
Well, guys, I just want to come on here and say how proud I am of Sean Kerr, the Bearded Mechanic, Brock, everybody out here for doing a tremendous job. First time.
First time. First time.
Come to the drag strip for the first time. Here's the goal. Don't crash.
Yep.
You did that. Go straight.
Yep.
You did that. And
be straight.
If you can hit your shifts and run a few good times, do it, and you did that. So congratulations,
did
man. Congratulations.
Awesome.
Bikes
Awesome.
and Beards is now a drag racer. Watch out.
So we wrapped up a great birthday with a great night of drag racing. And yes, Brock and Craig both said they were holding back because it was my birthday, but I don't believe them. So today's the big day. It's what we've been waiting for. It's what you guys have been waiting for. There's still a lot of problems we have. Definitely got some problems, but hopefully we can get that squared away. We're gonna find out whether the people like my bike, Craig's bike, or Paul Sr.'s bike better. And I think I got a pretty good shot. We'll load the bike up, head over to the Roadhouse. It sucks I didn't get to see this thing run on the track because I feel like it may have impressed us, but I don't. After riding Craig's bike, I don't think I could have beat him. I think it would have done better than a lot of people thought. I think it might have been closer than we think. This could do 90. This could do the speeds that they were getting at, and it gets there fairly quick. The only straps I use when I'm transporting my priceless biker build-off bike. Any bike that we'd use from a build-off is priceless. That's just how it is. That's just how the world works. The thing about this bike is you really can't have another one. You can't duplicate it. You would spend so much time and energy trying to replicate a bike that looks like this because it was the perfect storm of being in a fire but not being completely destroyed, even though it was mostly destroyed. That's what really makes it that cool. It's unique. You'll never do it again. So I got a lot of criticism about starting with a burnt bike. I got a lot of it, and everyone thought it was a bad idea. There's a reason behind it. One, my budget is gonna be significantly less than everyone else's, because I wanted to build a bike that anybody could build on a budget that was way, way, way cheaper than a very inexpensive bike. One, it drives me nuts when I see people buy really nice bikes, tear them all apart, chop them all up, and modify them. So what I decided to do was to take a bike that was pretty much intended for parts or the scrapyard and give it a completely new life. If you were wondering, that's why I chose this bike. And I think I can make this thing look really, really cool. Something that anyone would be proud to ride. It was a beautiful sunny Florida morning and the temperature was high 60s and rising. And now it was time to head over to the OCC Roadhouse and meet up with Paul Sr. and for the first time see each other's motorcycles. But the big question on my mind was, would he try to throw a chair at Craig or try to kick the door of Klaus? But to my surprise, it was even worse.
Somebody told me that you and him wanted to fight me.
Who told you that?
I heard it.
Arm wrestle.
No, we're gonna fist fight.
Fist fight, all right. All right, we gotta do it.
Dang, what did I sign up for? And you know, I come all the way to Florida with, I guess, apparently the only running bike in this show.
I know. That's why you're
So I'm just
disqualified.
fixing everybody else's.
That's why you're out, bro.
That's why you guys invited me.
So the pressure's on you, bro.
All right.
It's all on you.
All right.
If this thing's going to work tonight, it's on you.
Sweet.
This is really nice. I don't know where I seen on one of your YouTubes it was a blue bike.
It started blue.
You changed the color. That was a great color.
It was.
What's wrong with you?
Porsche designed the engine, so I thought a Porsche white would be cool.
It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice.
If you remember the old Harley boat tails.
Yeah, I have
And they
one.
had that weird back fender. This is the AMF logo.
It is.
A play on that.
Is this a heavy bike? Can I sit on it?
Yeah, go for it.
Take it for a spin.
Take it for a ride. Do whatever.
I don't want to. It's too early to fall. It's not too bad. Weight-wise and stuff. Start it up.
Keys
Let's
behind
see.
you here.
I can still know how to do this.
Figure it out.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I really do like it. A lot of work into this, no?
Yeah.
He's probably got about 25 grand into this.
He's got a lot of money in this thing. I don't know if
He's probably double. I think he's double over the limit over here.
I don't
bro.
know if he followed the
I'm not so
rules
sure
that
if
we.
you're going to get up on that lift, up on that stage, bro. I don't know if you qualify, right?
Hey.
It's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah. I want to see your bike.
You want to see my bike? All right. Now, before I pull my bike out, every motorcycle needs a theme, and you have to abide by the theme. So keep that in mind when you see what I got. So what I've learned from watching build-off videos is there's always a theme. If the theme is good, and you're staying true to the theme, at a certain point, no one can give you any criticism of it. The theme is Mad Max, post-apocalyptic. The builder has no skill or talent and has to rummage through the trash to find parts or occasionally get something off Amazon. If that's my theme, no one can criticize the bike if I stay true to that theme. All right, let's do it. I'm a little sideways.
What a piece of Where did you get that? So this is the bike that I seen on your YouTube. That's a stock color Triumph, isn't it?
Yeah, they call it burnt black.
Yeah, but that's a Bonneville.
The T100, 2007 T100. It was in a fire.
So it's single carb, isn't it?
Dual.
It is
dual carb, a 900cc.
What year?
2007.
Oh, so it's pretty new.
Last year of carburation.
Did you do the welding here?
I did that welding, yeah.
It's not bad.
Pretty good. I knew the bike needed a hood ornament. Obviously it'd be on the fender. You know, a lot of bikes have ornaments on the fenders. And obviously the most famous hood ornament of any vehicle ever is on the Rolls Royce, and that's the Spirit of Ecstasy. So I wanted a hood ornament that fit this motorcycle. I think it's the 5th gear out of a Harley Davidson M8 motor, and we just kind of cut it in half and I welded it on there. And since all hood ornaments need a name, this one's called the Effects of Ecstasy, where Spirit of Ecstasy makes it sound awesome. The effects of ecstasy aren't that pretty and are probably pretty awful, but that's what it's named. That's little Paulie.
I would have gave you a bobblehead doll to put on there, and then when you hit the button.
Oh, it says something?
Oh, yeah. I said, that's a great idea, you know, I say idea. Or turn around, I'll smack you in the back of the head. Yeah. I'll get you one. But that's cool. What else?
This is off of a rear light for a 2.5 military truck.
We had to put that back on alongside the road the other day.
It drug for about 100 miles.
Did you add crap on here, or that's the way it was?
No, that's the way it was.
It was.
This seat, I stitched the seat up myself.
It looks like it. It's not bad. It's not
even
bad.
shot the cow.
Is it a seat that came with this?
It was the seat, but it was chopped down. So like,
how do you got it mounted on there?
So it slips in up here,
right,
and then these pegs go in right here.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So when you're sitting on it, and then I chopped the back frame off, so the back frame would come back here. So I chopped that. I put these plugs in there. It looks pretty clean. I wanted to do pretty much every part about this bike myself. I did have some help from Joe occasionally, and that was part of the, you know, you could have help from friends if you needed some help, but I wanted to have my hands in everything and touch every part of this. And one of the biggest things I was working on was the seat, and most of it I stitched myself on my friend's wife's sewing machine. I mean, you might look at it and say that it's crummy looking, but I was pretty proud of that seat. Here, let me show you this. I'm really proud of this. This is its bionicle eye.
What does that mean?
It's gears. It's a fake eye. You know, I was thinking, like, what if a motorcycle had a fake eye and a bionicle eye? It would look,
I only got
like
5% eyesight here, so
Really?
I identify with that.
That's you right there.
That's me.
When I was a kid, one of my favorite comic book characters was a guy named Cable. And he was in one of the Deadpool movies, but he had a bionic eye. And I thought, man, what would it look like if a motorcycle had a bionic eye? When we were doing that one flood bike for my buddy Sergey, we took the starter out, and I saw the starter sitting there with the 3 little gears, and I was like, that's almost the exact same size as the one Amber Light on the build bike. I cut it in half, took it apart, stuck it in there, put some resin. I thought it turned out amazing. I'm really pleased with how that bike looks. So since we made it one eye, I thought it needed another light to compensate for that. So we put this Hella light on there because I wanted to modify it. We crossed out the A, and now it says Hell. Brock, what's the Bible verse for today? Romans 3:23. For all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. Check this out. See this belly pan right here? This bottom pairing? That's off of a toaster. That's a $350 toaster. That's the side of a toaster that when I took it apart, I flipped it upside down, I stuck it on there.
It's like a splash pan?
Yeah. To make it look distressed, I grabbed a red shop rags, soaked it in oil, put it on top of it and lit it on fire, and it just made it look all rough and rugged like the rest of the bike.
Very nice. I like it.
Hold on a second. Between this bike and Craig's bike, which one you like better?
Oh, by far.
This is
not even close.
This is your style, right? This is cool.
Does it start? It don't start?
It does start.
That's why I think you're used to it, right? Believe it or not, it's running a lot better than it was yesterday.
Yeah, don't sound bad.
Not bad.
Sounds like a Triumph.
Yeah, I'll admit, I spent most of my time, probably about 40 hours, just getting the bike to run. Pulling the wiring harness. I mean, everything was melted.
Did you change the harness, or you just fixed it?
I changed the whole harness. I had to put a whole new harness on it.
Wiring's the worst.
Wiring was tough. I bought an entire complete bike to use for all the parts. The frame was good. Everything you can see that looks burnt was good, but everything else I had to replace with other stuff. The carbs were all melted, and it did 200 miles. Like even the fork seals are like this one melted off.
It's just spring.
You just bottom out. Does it stay straight?
Yeah.
Front end doesn't wobble too much?
No, it stays straight. It wasn't getting sketchy.
You put those knobby tires on there?
Yeah, I put those knobby tires on there. Like the tires that were on it were just melted.
Oh, you got a disc brake on there too?
Yeah. That came on there. In my opinion, it's not really a custom built bike if you don't do some welding, if you don't do some fabricating, if you don't do some stitching, cutting and grinding. You don't have to master them, but do them for it to be a custom built motorcycle. And on the very top of that list, a bucket list thing for anyone who's in the motorcycles or building motorcycles thing, and that's when I got to use the English wheel, Billy Lane's English wheel, taught to me by Billy Lane. And we were trying to fab up a piece that ended up not even getting on the bike because I changed my mind about it. But I got to use an English wheel, Billy Lane's English wheel, which is one of like 10 in the country. It's like 100 years old and taught by him. It was truly one of the coolest experiences of this whole build. Let's go see your bike.
Come on.
I'm anxious.
You don't get a chance like this every day. So when you do, you better make it count. So I just happen to have a few items for Paul to sign for me. Hey Paul,
Cool book.
It is a cool book.
Yeah.
You mind signing it for me?
Sure. Inside, yeah.
Wherever you want. Yeah, sign it.
Yeah.
Sign it right there.
That was a nice touch.
You like that?
I do, yeah. That's not because it's ours, but it is a cool book.
It's a great book.
Yeah, it's a great book. The bikes look really good in there.
Oh, they look amazing.
They did it really well, you know?
And there's probably bikes in here you forgot you built. There's so many bikes in here.
Yeah. And there's plenty more, you know? People like to poke the beehive, you know, and I think that I was pissed. I was really mad because, you know, he was talking about my bikes, but you know, then you get to feel each other out a little bit, and then you start getting a different sense of who that person is, you know. And you know, he's doing what he does. He's a YouTube guy. He wants to bring in his audience, and that's how he does it. So It's not really nothing personal. Once you really get to know the person, there's a whole different way of looking at that person.
So Paul shows us his bike and all the modifications that he did on it. It started life as a Yamaha Roadstar.
I really like this bike. I mean, I think it's a great bike. Even with all the big stuff on it, like the stock, it's a nice bike. It's got a great sound to it.
Yeah, it's a good looking bike. That is just so your
I mean, look at the wheels
style.
on it.
Came with the bike.
They came with the bike,
Nice.
yeah. The exoust came with the bike. I mean,
The paint job come with the bike?
no, the
and
paint job didn't come with
okay.
it. The seat was the best. We had a butcher to shoot this bike. We cut everything off.
The only tins on this thing that are factory are just the side pieces, right? And you just,
Yes.
This is that you did that. Of course you did that.
Yeah.
What was that tank? Like a Sportster tank or
Yeah,
something?
kind of a stretched Sportster tank.
Yeah.
These things got so many castings on them, on their neck and everywhere, you know what I mean? All that stuff had to come off in order to fit that gas tank. But I couldn't really pick a fender, and this is a real narrow fender, you know? So I wanted to keep the tank a little sleek.
Yeah.
I like this fender too, you know? And this sissy bar, me and Jim made this sissy bar for another bike like 2 years ago. And it was just in the corner here. It bolted right on.
Nice.
Really? It just bolted right on?
Bolted right on. You know, I had to mount it and stuff, but it bolted right on.
That's amazing. That's a beautiful bike. Ditch the no front fender.
Yeah.
So this would be considered a bobber?
Kinda, yeah. I would say more a bobber than a chopper.
It's a soft tail, of course, but with the solid mounted seat, is it at all comfortable to ride?
Of course, because you still have your swing on it.
Right. So before me and Craig left Jennings to drive 200 miles down here, I had put maybe half a mile on my bike. He had put maybe a quarter mile on his bike. How much road time have you gotten on this bike?
From the trailer to the shop here. You're right to the lift.
That's awesome.
So I think it starts, doesn't it start, Jim?
It starts up fine.
But then we find out that Paul was having some problems of his own, and this gave Craig the perfect chance to do what Craig does best.
Sounds good. Now what? Ready? Sure. Put the kickstand up. Put the kickstand up. There you go.
That's what it is. That is your kickstand switch. Oh, wait.
No, it's not.
Everything we jumped in.
It's got to be something licked,
something
right?
stupid.
Who's the mechanic here, anyhow? Is he stealing your thunder?
Yesterday,
or
I was.
evidently, right? Yeah.
Greg's the mechanic. I've just had a lot of bikes with that switch.
Is your
fails.
helper? Is your helper too?
I'm his helper, yeah.
I'll be the gopher.
I'm the guy that gets yelled at for holding the flashlight or running the wrong way.
That's right.
Paul's bike would start up, but as soon as he would put it in gear, it would just shut down. But after a few minutes of checking it out and diagnosing it, what'd you say, Joe?
Nothing. And then if the clutch needs to be adjusted, because that rear wheel is like getting really, really taut when you put it in gear.
Craig figured it out, and we were back up and running, and the show could go on. If you want to see more of how Craig diagnosed his bike, go check out his video on the Bearded Mechanic channel. I brought Joe. Joe's my guy, so I brought him. You know what I mean? I hired him a couple months ago, and I knew he's been a very valuable asset to the team, and that's why I brought him on the team. So, in a way, I fixed it.
You fixed the bike.
I fixed it. We just turned 39 yesterday.
Oh, did you? Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big old 39.
39. May 1st will be 76.
76.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You doing a big party?
I hope that people forget my birthday, but that never happens, you know.
I was thinking people were going to forget my birthday being out of town, but they remembered. So before the event, we got to hang out with Paul and Jim, and we had lunch and talked about motorcycles, life, cars, politics, family, religion, all the major topics. And we had a really great time. And even though I had already felt like I had won because Paul said that he liked my bike better than Craig's bike, and here's a zoom in on Craig's face in case you didn't see it last time. Which one you like better?
Oh, by far.
I was still a little nervous about the event and how everyone would react to my motorcycle.
So yeah, we'll see what happens.
You might sign this real quick, Paul? Little
Where do
Paul.
you want me to sign it?
Right there.
Do you want me to sign it to Sean?
No, you just sign it. Just sign it for.
Just sign it? You
yeah.
don't want to make it up personal? Yeah, it's more personal.
All right, yeah, do it. Yeah.
We're
We're tight now.
yeah.
Yeah. To
That's
Sean.
what good friends do.
Yeah. S-E-A-N.
S-E-A-N.
Yeah.
This is great. It's good. Okay, let's see. There you go.
All right. Hey, thanks. Hey, thanks.
You're a fan now, ain't you?
Yeah.
You're a big fan.
Huge fan.
Huh? You go way back, don't you?
Huge fan. Way back.
You probably know more shows than I do.
I've seen a lot of them. I've seen a lot of them. Why don't you guys get back to your interview?
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks. It's great meeting you.
Right on our handlebars. And they kept going. So they're going along, and he looks at me and goes, let's go.
You want to sign this real quick?
This is great. Where the did you get this?
That's the sauce.
Oh, God.
That's your favorite. That's your famous stuff.
What am I going to sign?
Look, it's got a little bandana on there.
Right here?
That's good. Nice, thanks. Nice meeting you. Because Craig was able to get Paul's bike running and my bike was running good enough to go down the road, we were able to check off one of Craig's bucket list items, and that was to ride down the road with Paul, just like they did at the end of Orange County Chopper episodes and the Biker Build-Off. It was super fun and we had a blast. This is something that I had to add to my own bucket list and check it off right away. Then Paul tried to show me up by riding really close to the camera vehicle. And I just wanted to make it clear that no one's gonna show me up in this way. Kids, don't try this at home. Somewhere is a trained professional. The new X4 360 camera made it easy to grab quick shots in one take. Just point and shoot. Plus, the in-app editing lets our editors turn footage around without a complicated workflow. So while we all hung out and waited for the build-off event to start, we got to listen to Paul tell us some of his wild stories. But I was able to sneak out without anyone noticing, which gave me the perfect opportunity for my next phase in my grand scheme. All right, so the time is 6:50, which means we have an hour and 10 minutes until the big reveal. We show the bikes to everybody. The crowd cheers. They boo me off the stage. And I got kicked back. I gotta go back to Tennessee, losing the W. I'm a little bit nervous. It should be a lot of fun though. I gotta do something for the next hour and 10 minutes.
Biker build-off or what? Do you think Bikes and Beards brought enough to unseat the legendary Paul Tuttle tonight?
Paul Tuttle is a legend and he's going to be tough to beat. And the story is incredible.
Bikes and Beards!
Bikes and Beards!
Let's go, Paul!
The last time Paul Tuttle Sr. participated in a biker build-off was 2011 against Jesse James. We'll see if Paul can perhaps do it tonight at the young age of 75.
And then after months of planning and building and preparation, we were finally here and ready to do the final decision of the motorcycle build-off. But unbeknownst to everyone else, the real exciting stuff was happening back at the shop. And it involved that jacket that I later found out was not purchased on eBay, but given to me from a friend 4 years ago, right after I bought the first Orange County Chopper bike.
Hey, did you see where Jim gave you that helmet, bro? Because I think I had a jacket in there.
The helmet I had, I pulled off the wall right there.
It was in a box. Not that, not the leather jacket in there.
A leather jacket?
Yeah. It's in a box.
You know you're in Florida when you have to look for a jacket because you haven't seen it in 4 months? Well, Paul, I know you've done this 1,000 times, but I'm nervous.
You know what? Hey, let me tell you something. I've done it over 1,000 times, and I do get nervous.
You can wear mine.
No, I got this. Where'd you get that, you?
The internet.
You know who you bought that off of? My nephew.
No.
Nick.
This was his jacket?
That was my jacket.
It was your jacket?
It was my jacket. That was my jacket.
No. What?
Yep.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
You want to sign
It's a nice jacket, right? Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me, right? This is
Where's the best place to sign it?
Tell me.
This is your jacket?
It was my personal
This was your
jacket.
personal jacket?
Yeah.
Who sold it?
My nephew.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. Where'd you buy it? On eBay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yep. Yep. How funny. When you showed me this jacket, I'm like, what the
That's crazy.
I'm like, what are you doing with that jacket?
I just assumed it was just one of the products that you put your name on.
No,
I didn't know it was your
my
personal jacket. Do you want it back?
Say it's gonna cost $100.
I paid $60 for it.
When did you get that?
I got it like when we first started talking. I got it like 4 months ago.
That's so funny.
And I'm so proud of it. Now I'm even more proud of it.
What are the odds?
With Sean, probably pretty good.
That's crazy, right?
Nothing surprises me anymore.
I know, right?
Paul, you lead the charge, buddy.
I'm leading the charge here, buddy.
I'll take the tail.
Oh, we should have warmed it up for you.
Relationships are important to me, you know, and I think that so the more time you spend together, the better you get to know each other. And, you know, I like to be around positive people, you know, and good people, you know, and that's what I sense about both of these guys. They're really good people. And, you know, those are the kind of people I want to be around me. And I'm sure that that'll continue and probably even continue to grow, because I think this whole thing was a great experience for everybody. So why not keep it going?
Are you guys ready to see these motorcycles? Look behind you as they come in. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it. Coming in first, the veteran, the TV legend, the icon, Mr. Paul Tuttle Sr. And behind him out of Pennsylvania, the rising star on YouTube. Let's hear it for the bearded mechanic, Craig. And finally, batting cleanup, he's got 2.5 million followers on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, out of Bikes and Beards, here is Sean Kerr. These guys have put in a whole lot of work for this. Their pride is on the line. There's been so much time and money put into this. This is a chance now for you to come around and take a look at the bikes, look at some of the creative choices. There's a lot to see. After you get a really good look, make sure that you do your vote, and it's one vote per person. And in a little while, we'll reveal the results of this. Hey, I gotta say, 3 beautiful builds. This is gonna be a very interesting competition. Here under the pavilion, your vote is what counts. Right now, voting is officially open. Paul Tuttle with an amazing Yamaha Roadstar. Craig with a bike that we saw on the drag strip last night. It's a V-Rod bagger. Brock, what do you know about this thing?
Only Craig, the bearded mechanic, would come up with such a crazy idea like this. He worked really hard to make sure that it looked good aesthetically, but he also dug deep into the engine. He did all sorts of work to increase some horsepower. We took it to the track last night to see what it would do, and let me tell you, that thing is fast.
Well, it is a fantastic build. And right now, people are just surrounding the great Sean Kerr. We got to take a look. It looks like the old Bobber Cafe style.
Yeah, this bike is a 2007 Triumph T100. That's how it was born. But this bike was in a house fire. Oh, so Sean revived it, brought it back to life, made it run. He has gone through all sorts of trouble to try to meticulously kind of find all of the little problems and as much as he could fix that to get it running. That ashes, that Phoenix rises kind of feel to it. I think that was a very bold artistic choice.
Very bold indeed.
The event was crazy. There were so many people there excited to see the bikes. However, you might be wondering why I didn't do a better job at letting you guys know when and where the build-off was. The reason is, if I was gonna beat Paul, I had to beat him on his own home court. I didn't want to have a bunch of my viewers come down and skew the vote in my favor just because they like watching my channel. I had to convince Orange County Chopper fans that my bike was better. And from the feedback that I was getting in the crowd, I may have accomplished that.
A lot of people paying some homage to Paul Tuttle Sr. down here. You know, speaking of Paul, he built his very first chopper in 1974. It hangs up on the wall. Paul Tuttle, Mikey Tuttle, Jim Kerr, they have outdone themselves once again. All proceeds will benefit Hudson Valley SPCA. And how about that? It's all for a good cause.
I've been involved in animal rescue for a lot of years, but my wife has been for 30 years, and we run a non-kill shelter in New York. So we have a farm here. We have like 2 rescue horses. We have 4 rescue pigs, rescue cows. I'm not going to say it's the #1 charity because I'm involved in so many, but it's we love doing it. You know, it seems like almost like a no-brainer. You know what I mean? You have your military supporting you. You know, your law enforcement, different charities. I kind of feel that I was blessed in that area because the fame and, you know, with the show and everything allowed me to do that. Otherwise, I never would have been able to reach out and make a difference. I feel honored that I got that opportunity, and I just take advantage of it.
Uh-oh. Look at this, Sean asking for an autograph from Paul Tuttle. Wait a minute, will Paul do it? Remember, there was a little bit of tension between these guys. I don't know, Paul. Paul was a little upset about a couple of those early videos. And Sean's a great guy and a great sport, but I think he is lucky that Paul has mellowed a little bit as he's gotten into his 70s.
The votes have been tallied. Are you ready to hear the winners? There's a couple of them that were very, very close, and one that just etched out a win over here. And I am very excited to announce to you the winner of the OCC Paul Sr. against Sean from Bikes and Beards and Craig the Beardy Mechanic. Are you ready to hear the winner? The winner of the bike build-off right here tonight was none other than the legendary Paul Sr. He had over 40% of the votes. And these are real votes, man. These guys loved your bike. We also had in second place, you ready for this? In second place was also Paul. Hey, these guys did a wonderful job. I'm so proud of them. It was really hard work. They all had some tremendous challenges, even leading up to the last minute before they rolled in. There were some challenges that were happening out there in that shop.
You know, it was an honor to be doing this, and I mean, the GOAT wins. Paul's an awesome guy. We got to hang out with him and meet him and eat with him and stuff like that. And he really is an amazing guy, and I'm glad he won.
First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming out. But for me, it's really all about relationships, and I think that, you know, it started out a little bit rocky in the beginning, but I think that, you know, there's a reason for everything. But these guys are really great guys, and I sincerely mean that. We had a lot of fun building the bikes, meeting up, and especially today. So thanks again for coming out, and these guys are great.
Would you guys like to see more of this kind of stuff? Me too. Maybe we can twist our arms to doing more projects together, more collabs together, more riding together. But I tell you what, none of this will be done without you guys, the fans, and so we are very, very thankful for you. So thank you very much.
We had these cameras running all night, and the Ace Pro 2's battery life made it easy, with 50% more battery life than the original Ace 1, and you could use the Ace 1 batteries for the Ace Pro 2, and because of that, we didn't have to worry about missing a shot. So right now, you're thinking that I didn't win. You'd be wrong. Go back 6 months ago and look at what I said my actual goal was. And then tell me I didn't win. By the time we're done, me and Paul will be the bestest of friends. Bestest of friends. Bestest of friends. Bestest of friends. Straight up, hashtag besties.
Consider your Sean your friend now.
I consider Sean my friend.
Would you consider him your best friend?
I would not consider Sean my best friend. I would consider him a good friend. Someday he may be my best friend, though.
Not your bestie, though?
Not my bestie. Actually, he has that on his bike, which I thought was, he has a good sense of humor. B-E-S? What is it? B-E-S?
T-I-E-S.
T-I-E-S. B-I-S. I, is that I or?
There we go. What have I done? What have I done?